Good evening and welcome back to the Shadow Realm. I am your host Ghostly and we are once again playing Pippin Please. We previously destroyed Marcy's testimony, calling into question her ability as star witness, which ultimately proved to be correct. She didn't know anything that was going on around the murder. She just wanted her 15 minutes of fame in the courtroom. We've been called to a short recess, I believe. I can't remember if it was a recess or if it's the next day. As I loaded it up, it just quickly skipped. Let's see if I can... That's just settings. Yeah, no. I don't know. But yeah, we're calling in the chef this time. So hopefully we'll start getting to the bottom of this. And yeah, without any further ado, let's begin. Sheesh, what a trial so far.
You say it, Miss Joy. I hope Mrs. Giovanni has more substantial information to give us than what Miss Pinnell had.
Yeah, to think that chick missed a whole murder taking place because she was taking thirst traps in the bathroom. And then lied about it.
Miss Millie is still being very quiet. Miss Millie?
Oh, I don't remember how I did her voice. Yes?
Mr. Giovanni's testimony is hopefully going to tell us more about the dinner you had on Sunday. Is there anything you can tell us yourself so that we can be prepared?
I really can't. Mary, we're trying to prove you innocent of murder. If you really aren't the culprit, anything you tell us can only help the case. That's not true. What do you mean? It's very true.
Miss Millie, right now, our main goal is to search for a motive for the killer. Is there at least something you can tell us that will point us in the right direction for that? Did Miss Moira have any enemies? Was she in any sort of trouble?
The photo that Marcy had. That wasn't her voice. I didn't know she was at the restaurant that night. She might have been in big trouble.
Please, how do you mean?
Originally, both Moira and I were invited to participate in this dinner at Le Petit.
Both poor sisters?
At first, we had both agreed to be on board. But somewhere down the line, Moira changed her mind.
Both? What made her reconsider?
She objected to it on moral grounds.
Moral grounds?
We talked about it at length. While she no longer wanted to participate, she was fine with me going through with it. Or so I thought. On the night of the dinner, Moira went out somewhere before I did. And later that night, I got a voicemail from her.
A voicemail? You didn't answer your phone when she called?
I thought she was just scolding me again for doing this dinner thing. I blew her off, okay? How was I supposed to know she'd be missing the next morning? Before I called the police, I listened to it. Yeah. Let me just play it for you.
Beep.
I don't know what voice to give. I'm clearly not staying with Mary either.
Mary, please don't be mad at me. I know we talked about this, and I said I was cool with it all, but you shouldn't be having this dinner tonight. It's not right. No one should. Not ever. It's too late to try and stop me. I hope you can understand. Beep. Going from that, sounded like she wanted to do something to disrupt the dinner. Exactly. And then she showed up at the restaurant. And now she was murdered for all we know. Miss Millie, thank you for sharing this with us. It's been very helpful so far. I think it would be good of us to copy a transcript of this voice message into the court record.
Moira's message added to the court record. Okay.
But there's something else I need to ask you. What was it about this dinner that Miss Moira found so morally objectionable?
That's such a hard word in that voice.
Morally objectionable.
I really thank you for taking on my case. But if you dig too deep, you might find yourself in over your head.
What? Should I be worried? What do you mean?
Hey, looks like the trial's starting back up. You gotta get back in, Pip.
Once more into the oven. Yes, I would like to save. Let me save. Save.
There we go. Wednesday, March 4th, 11:02 a.m. District Court, room number 3. Oh good, I remember no one's voices. Court is now resumed for the trial of Miss Mary Boyce.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
It wasn't quite that voice, I'll figure it out.
You thank you way, Your Honor. Witness, please state your name and occupation for the people of the court.
Who is this? And what is the meaning of this masked man's appearance?
As I said, state your name and occupation. And remove that ridiculous hat.
I would prefer to remain. Dans l'ombre? I'm afraid that's not an option. I did not authorize any anonymous testimony. Please reveal yourself or I'll be forced to find you in contempt of court. If I must.
He's a mouse.
I mean, I kind of knew that, but anyway.
For the last time, state your name and occupation.
Yeah, I've changed on Melas's voice. He's kind of got a bit deeper, accidentally. Je m'appelle Monsieur Mackenzie Deroni. I am head chef at La Petite Déjeuner Morte.
Did you host a private dinner at your restaurant on the evening of Sunday, March 1st?
Oui, that is correct.
Mr. Deroni, we have summoned you here in front of court today to testify as to the nature of this dinner. We have had a couple of other dinner guests testify prior to this, and they were both hesitant to go into too much detail about the event.
Natural. Oh, I hate the French. Naturalement. I'm going to apologize for the French now. He is going to get whatever the closest thing I can do.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Giovanni?
The nature of the dinner. It was, how do you say, secretive.
Secretive, you say?
Understatement of the century, I say. The dinner. It was to test out una novella recata? One novel? I don't know.
When you read that?
It means a new recipe, Pip.
You're so much French, Miss Joy.
Oh, my phone's location tag got stuck on. Gata now? I don't know. Once. Every TikTok on my feed that day was French. You pick it up pretty fast. I don't know, I struggle with French.
So, you wanted to be secretive about this new recipe, Mr. Giovanni.
Oui.
What was that?
Una novella recata could be stolen, claimed by lesser restaurants. One has to be wary about competition.
I see. And so you told your guest to keep it a secret?
Oui, monsieur. The guest was sworn to secrecy, not to reveal anything about la recata until a designated date.
But surely that sort of fact can be broken in the event of legal testimony, right? Is there another reason why the your guest wouldn't talk about it?
Messieurs, I do not wish to reveal la recata today. Must I once again remind the witness that he is under threat of contempt if he fails to provide testimony today? I will tell you other information about the meal, but please, the recipe must remain secret.
This is a court, Mr. Giovanni. You can't just refuse our questions because it suits your preference.
Please, oh God, please, s'il vous plaît. Oh God, that eye. This recipe has been a lifetime of work. I'd be ruined if the secret was out before its time.
So you're wondering that my client's life be ruined instead?
Please, settle down. The witness says he has other information regarding the dinner that he's willing to testify about. He is well within his right to withhold his trade secrets. Unless the defense can present some evidence that the recipe is integral to solving the murder case. Mr. Omelas is right. Do you have evidence that the secret recipe directly impacted the murder?
Miss Joy, do we have any evidence to connect the murder directly to the secret recipe?
Well, we should have a lot of evidence, but I'm not confident we can pull that off. It might be best to go along with what Omelas says for now. Chef Deveroni's testimony might lead us to finding a connection.
I'll trust you, Miss Joy. Alright, Mr. Giovanni. Since you are willing to discuss the specifics of your secret recipe, the defense calls for your testimony on...
I want to do all of this. Hang on. I need to save, just super quick. Thank you. What do we ask? Conversation during dinner, prep, or the reception after? I want to ask all about it, but let's ask about during.
What you guys talked about at the dinner?
Non, c'est impossible.
Yes?
He said no, it's impossible.
Thank you, Miss Joy, but I didn't understand that one. What I don't understand is why you're refusing to deliver this testimony.
Because I did not hear their conversation, if they made any. I stayed in the kitchen while they ate. I'm changing this accent, I'm so sorry. The only time I spoke with them was when they entered and when I served the table.
Then the defense requests your testimony on your conversation during these periods.
When they entered, they said their greetings, nothing more. When I served the table, I insisted on complete silence.
That seems a little odd. Why impose silence on your guests?
To ensure there were no interruptions. I had a speech prepared.
I see. Could you repeat your speech for us?
None.
Tell me that speech was a secret recipe?
Oui.
In that case, the defense calls your testimony on the preparation of the dinner. How you prepare the dinner?
Oui. Must we? I will say my testimony about the preparation.
Okay, we'll go with that. I didn't think we would actually like giving his priorities about your recipe. I hope this talk of preparation leads to something productive.
Christ. Hello. Preparation perfect. Preparation. I cannot do this accent for long. He is going to get whatever accent comes out on any line. Preparation for the dinner started early in the morning. It was a very important event. Everything needed to be perfect. Exactement. No expense was spared. No detail was overlooked. I spent the entire day at La Petite Mode, working right up until it was time to serve the dinner. No, that's not true. You had a thing. You went to go see your thing. Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Durrani.
Well, I can only see one obvious problem with this avoiding the secret recipe. This testimony is so generic! So your fancy is ready for a cross-examination, Your Honor. Wait, before that...
I don't know if that... Let me look at the two evidences I'm considering. I don't think it's that. Okay. Very well.
Alright, Mr. Iwani. As Miss Joy might say, it's time to make your spill your tea.
I'm not reading. Okay. No, you did not. Press.
Toiling away in your kitchen from morning till evening. You must be very dedicated to your craft.
Bien sûr. My guests, they deserve nothing but the best from La Petite. That was not the right voice. I told you he was going to change every time.
You seem to place them in quite high regard, Mr. Giovanni. What a really worthy effort. When I have to show, they get lucky if they get more than a bite of brie.
Remind me not to visit your place on an empty stomach. It is my duty. Non! Mon honneur! My honor to serve them. Found any contradictions, Pip? I need me to translate something for you.
Thank you, Miss Joy, but I thought I handled everything so far. Do you answer your question? I may have found a way to contradict him. Get to it then! Yes, but I must be absolutely certain. Yes, to review the testimony one more time. Blah, blah, blah. Joanna, this piece of evidence presented at this time is oh, clearly. I thought that was the right answer. Shut up. Started early in the morning. Maybe this? I think this is going to be wrong. I think, wait, we're going to say this contradicts the statement that now I started logic in my mind. Simran, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
Was the defense planning on following up their shout with anything of substance?
I need to remember.
Since you have nothing to say, I'll assume they were simply asking for another penalty.
Well, you know, maybe.
I'm gonna keep trying, and then if I need help, I'll help. Okay, fine. Look, just spent the entire day. I think I'm on the wrong track. No, okay, so I've done wrong. Let's load from here. Preparation of the dinner. Okay. So just before we do that, let me pull up. Okay, sorry, I was just looking at the hints and I need to press for some information. Okay, so let's just press everything. Right. So I was on the right track, I've got the evidence, I just need to... Started early in the morning, that's fine. Okay.
We've heard you have a bit of a reputation as a perfectionist. But what do you mean by that, exactly?
Exactly.
I'm asking a question, Mr. Giovanni. What specific steps did you take to prepare for this important event?
Washing up, setting up tables, ambience, and of course, following la raqueta.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to elaborate on that step?
None. But I assure you, no excessive sped, no detail was overlooked. Okay, press for that.
Are you sure about that, Mr. Giovanni?
Marguerite, are you implying I forgot something?
Well, there is one little thing you may have let slip you by. suggest of a name as a woman.
The assassinat was not part of my plans. I had no idea it occurred until yesterday.
So your queen had no knowledge of the murder? None at all.
Naturalmente. How could I? Okay. Okay. Press. Okay, so we did that one before. How do I... Because we know he left for help. Okay. Hang on. Do I have to present her? Don't quite get it. Yep. No, you didn't.
You liar.
Nope, that does not. How do I present her statement? I know, but I'm confused. Yeah. Alright, where's her fucking statement? Where's message? There we go, that's the statement.
Your court is allowing you to keep your recipe a secret for now. But only if the rest of what you tell us is truthful.
I have been truthful in my statements, Mom.
Oh, I contract. Mr. Domino, you claimed your preparation for your dinner kept you at your pursuit until dinner time.
I don't know what that one is. Sister 5.
Just before your testimony, we heard from Miss Marcy Panera, one of your guests is at dinner on Sunday. Miss Panera told us that she arrived only to the restaurant around 4 p.m. And at that time, you left the restaurant and didn't return for multiple hours.
Oh, she does not like that. My mouth is bad. Okay. Order. Chef Ronnie, is this true? Yes, sir. Amne has stepped out briefly.
Mr. Ronnie, it is very possible that the murder was committed in your establishment while you left it unsupervised. Making it especially important for the court to know of your movements.
The accord. Fine. I was gone for an hour or two in the afternoon. It was not long. I was back before too late.
Too late? Are you saying you returned at 7 p.m. when the dinner began?
No. Lara Cutter required certain ingredients to be retrieved at 6 p.m. sharp. I began cooking the guest meals at this time. And every guest could assure you that they were served without delays. I left for one moment, but returned by the time I was needed. This is what I meant.
Thank you for your clarification, Mr. Wayne. But you've yet to tell us where you went.
But it was nothing related to the dinner. I had other urgent business I needed to attend to.
I don't buy it, Mr. Giovanni. I think your absence has everything to do with the dinner. You justified yourself. You didn't want a single thing to go wrong that night. So why would you suddenly up and leave to go do something completely unrelated? You know, when you left on Sunday, it was to meet with a certain individual. Because you needed help with your novella, look at I can't do it in this voice. Ugh. Your Honor, do you eventually want to request that the witness does provide more information about his secret recipe? Because it's now no secret that the recipe explains his movements the night of the murder. I'll admit, Mr. Please, I am curious. Hang on. There you go. I am curious to see where you are going with this. No, take that as a win. But this is a lofty thing to claim without any evidence to back it up. Even if the chef left his own dinner event, we're to assume that somehow the defense knows the hypothetical individual he met with. Sven, you must be slipping if you don't already know the answer to this one. Well, let's hear it. Who did Chef Deroni meet with? And how does that prove the relevance of his movements to his secret recipe? On the night of the dinner, Mr. Deroni met with one Dr. Marcus Panaya, molecular biologist.
Molecular biologist.
That's right. Dr. Panaya is in fact under the employ of Mr. Giovanni at your boutique. According to the good doctor himself, his focus was working with Mr. Giovanni on ingredients. Excuse me? Ingredients which he insisted were secret. Secret ingredients.
That is pudding. Pardon-moi.
I don't know if you know yet, but the basement of your pursuit contains a lot of very sophisticated machinery. If Dr. Panaya was developing ingredients, it stands to reason the machine to maintain fluorination as well. However, Mr. Giovanni ordered him to stay home on the night of the dinner, despite needing his help when the machine's warning lights went off. Mr. Giovanni, do you know how suspicious that sounds? As if you knew a murder was going to be committed and didn't want any witnesses?
Order! Order! Chef Deroni, unfortunately, I think we are going to have to hear more about your secret recipe if you don't want to be implicated for murder. You'll give us testimony regarding that, right? If...
Do you think that Chef Deroni will finally tell us about his recipe? He's getting back into your corner. If he isn't, I think it can only be advantageous to tell us everything he knows. It's the fastest way to get us off his case. Although, I can't help but think about what Miss Millie told us earlier. That if we dig too deep, we'll be in over our heads. But seriously, what's the worst that could possibly happen?
Sorry, I'm gonna call this out now. Everything else has been related to the case so far. I want to know what the ring was for. A shiny ring with a large facet gem. Technically, keeping... Anyway. Sorry, I just suddenly thought about the ring. It was like, ooh, what's this for? Okay.
Mr. Giovanni!
Seems like Chef Giovanni is going to need a little more engagement in order to reveal anything. Why don't you press him for more and see if you can get him to open up?
That's what I'll have to do. Mr. Ronnie is proving to be one choice not to quack.
Fun. I'm just gonna press everything.
Mr. Ronnie, you have to tell us something about the recipe you made at this dinner. Anything at all. Heck, even maybe it's a test, and I even try it sometime.
Non, c'est impossible.
What is that?
This was, how do you say, tailor-made for the individual diner.
Tailor-made? So each person has a completely different dish that caters to their specific taste.
Oui, in a sense.
Now we're getting somewhere. So let's say, for instance, Mr. Tom Castle. What kind of things does his costume dish contain?
Yes, it contains potatoes, thyme, and breadcrumbs.
See, I wasn't so hard. The defense requested witness and mentor's testimony to include these details.
Excellent, Mr. Please. Chef Ronnie, please amend your statement.
Okay. Please, Mr. Ronnie, must we go through this again? The defense demands that you tell us more about your recipe that night. Anything at all. Like you already got this one, can it really be that different?
As I said before, each dish was, how you say, tailor-made for the individual diner.
Yes, I'm aware of this fact already. Each person has a completely different dish that caters to their specific taste.
Oui, in a sense.
But I want to know what that dish was, Mr. Giovanni. So let's say, for instance, it's Marcy Banana. What kind of things does her custom dish contain?
Yes, it contains baguette, dates, and grated Gruyere.
Glad to see you're finally opening up. The defense requested witness and mentor's testimony to include these details.
Very well, Mr. Please. Chef Ronnie, please amend your statement. Okay. Press you.
The defense demands you tell us more about your recipe that night. Anything at all. Like you already told this one, can it really be all that different?
As I said before, each dish was, how you say, tailor-made for the individual diner.
Yes, I'm aware of this fact already. Each person has a completely different dish that caters to their specific taste.
Oui, in a sense.
But I want to know what that dish was, Mr. Giovanni. So let's say, for instance, Miss Millie Boyd. What kind of things does her costume dish contain?
Yes, it contains tomatoes, carrots, and lentils.
I knew this package couldn't last forever, Mr. Giovanni. The defense requests the witness amend his testimony to include these details.
As you say, Mr. Please. Chef Ronnie, please amend your statement. Okay. She's really gonna make us play 20 questions. She's really gonna make us play 20 questions until we get it correct. Vegetable or mineral?
Believe me, I understand this is frustrating, Miss Joy. But I think one of the options is to be slow and methodical about it.
You need to hurry up though! All this talk of recipes and ingredients is making me hungry.
Well, I got some Wolverine division rolls in my bucket if you want one to take you over.
Cat, you're such an unk.
Are you awake? What did I do? Never mind that. Back to focusing on your course examination.
Okay. Nothing there. Nope. Anything.
Have we got anything? Left briefly at 4 p.m. beyond cooking his meals at 6. It's faintly of time. Oh, I've skipped something, hang on. Oh, it's the things! This is the recipe! How do I present that? Okay. Hang on, what colour was it? Yellow light bulb. Inserted a pink heat bulb into the machine Sunday morning. Replaced it with a purple one. Okay. I'm gonna blow a shot. I'm gonna blow a chance. Oh, very kind. Would you be singing the same tune if I were to present you with this?
Mister, please. I'll have no more attempts at bribery in my court, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes, that must have been your only motive for presenting this evidence, as I do not see how it relates to the statement at hand. To maintain the integrity of this court, I have no choice but to penalize you for such conduct.
Yeah, I don't know what to do.
Okay, so he's so tight-lipped. Okay. Can I have the bribe?
Well, your bribe, it was evidence.
Oh. Maybe you should treat it like that then. Okay. So, I had a quick look. And I just need to keep pressing for a bit.
What kind of recipe includes potatoes, jam, and breadcrumbs?
Is it potatoes or gratin? That was on one of the first episodes of Bon Appetit. Oui. Potatoes or gratin. Quelle est faute? Okay.
What kind of recipe includes spaghetti and gruyere?
Was it a spring salad? Laura used to do a Greens of the Year episode for those at the start of every April. Oui, a salad. I can't do his voice. A salad! Coupe de chance. A baguette, a salad. Okay, so we've got to press everybody twice. Was it a vegetable curry? That was one of Miri's all-time faves. Oui, a curry. What is it? Sucio?
Oh, well, honestly, going a long way to curry favor with me, Mr. Wine.
Okay. So let's see if I can press. Yeah. Let's press them again. Press.
Again, little question. You think my sister is really familiar with this shit? Well, I can't say that I am. Will you mind explaining for your court what it is?
If I must. Potatoes au gratin or pommes de terre. Dauphinoise. It is a simple savory dish. I cannot stay in his voice for long. Thinly sliced potatoes, layered between seasoned creamy sauce, covered and baked at low temperature until golden brown.
And your breadcrumbs?
The final layer on top, a delicate, delectable crust.
That does sound delicious, so I'm surprised, Mr. Wine. I assumed you would be one to prefer more complex dishes. Potato is had pedestrian.
Simplicity executed to perfection is the heart of elegance. Yeah, I've changed his voice, sorry. The potatoes must be sliced just so. The powerful time balanced against the subtlety of the sauce. The breadcrumbs toasted but not burned. Oui, potatoes au gratin takes a role worthy of respect in my kitchen. I could go for some of those potatoes myself right about now.
Now that we've satisfied your culinary curiosities, can we please hear something relevant to the case? Like salad, huh?
Oui, a spring salad.
Interesting. You say that was pronounced this was choice?
No.
No, but Mr. Doroni, I have had it up to here with your silence and shenanigans. How many times must you doubt you are under obligation to provide truthful testimony?
I do not see the problem.
Did you not serve Miss Paner's spring salad? Answer the question.
Order! Order! Mr. Omelas, it is the defense's role to cross-examine the witness. Control yourself, or I may need to spring some penalties on you as well.
At least I'm not the only one frustrated with Mr. Giovanni's decisions.
Now, will the defense please continue?
Anyway, back to us. Did you or did you not serve Miss Paner a spring salad?
Oui, but she did not choose this meal. I selected all of the meals myself to perfectly match their tastes.
And so, on behalf of Miss Paner, you chose a spring salad?
Oui. From the baguettes, I made les croutons. The dates I left whole to provide guests with an interactive experience when removing le noyau. I'm guessing the stone. The something cheese. Plated to taste. Naturalmente. I can't do his voice in French. All tossed together in a tumultuous combination. A memory of spring.
Well, the image seems ignorant to accept your caliber, Mr. Giovanni. But that hardly sounds like a salad at all. It's positively poultry. You didn't mention a single leafy green.
And this is what makes this salad so special. It is the lack of leaves which epitomizes the memory of spring in Toronto. I see your point. I'd like to taste this Torontonian memory of yours someday.
Seriously? What useless nonsense will he spew next?
Mademoiselle, the carrots and meadows, it was a curry.
Miss Place, we served a curry?
Oui. A staple of modern cuisine, Francaise.
Is that true? I didn't think curries were particularly known for being French.
No, but cuisine evolves with the times. Curry de legumes? Every child has tasted this in their life. And of course, as her favorite dish, Mademoiselle Boys has tasted it even more than others. Savory tomatoes, humble carrots, revitalizing lentils. I'm losing his voice. Oui, these are the flavors that complement her taste perfectly. My mother used to make vegetable curry for my packed lunches in grade school. I could really go for some home cooking right about now.
Sigh. You better wrap this up soon, Mr. Please.
Dr. Ronnie is so tight-lipped about this secret recipe. Is he gonna make us play 20 questions until we get it correct?
Vegetable or mineral? Believe me, I understand it's frustrating. Okay, so we've hit the end of it. Okay, is there anything further to push?
Hey, so this is Future Ghostly. The recording session went on for longer than I thought. It turned out to be a little over an hour and a half. So I've decided to split it about this part here. This is just going to be the first chunk, and then probably in the next day or so will be the latter half of it. I'm really sorry to have cut it here, but otherwise you've got to sit through an hour and a half video, and I figured making it a little shorter would be a little more manageable. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me on this. Until next time, dearest visitor, farewell.